All right, now the first thing you'll need to do is import your FBX into Blender if you're using Blender or whatever you're using, but I will show you how to do it in Blender. Now as we see here, my model, the base model with the armature is here, the base mesh, and I have all of the different types of armor and equipment and clothing and everything that it can wear. It's quite a lot, but that's okay. Now the first thing you'll want to do is open up the particular armor that you are wanting to copy the vertex data. In this case I'll use the helm. Now you'll go down here to your modifications. It's the blue wrench. Right? You'll need to add modifier. The first thing you'll need is to add the armature. Now when you click here, it will open up this box and you'll need to select the armature of your model. Now the next thing you'll need to do is do a data transfer. And when you click here, it will open up this box. So you want to select your base mesh, whatever the model name is. You'll click the vertex data and vertex groups, and then click the generate layers. Okay. Now when you add the armature, it will add the modifier armature here, and when you do the vertex groups, it will create these white little hexagons, whatever, for the vertex groups that are saved to the particular armor. Now typically when you do this, it will add all the vertex groups, and you may need to go in and delete the vertex groups that are not touching the armor. That's up to you if you have problems. But once that is set, then you want to export it out, save it, and then add it to Unity. Now I actually have it here already. Right? This is my model, and as you can see here, it actually has everything on it. Right? So this has everything. Now you'll unpack this prefab, and you will drag whatever the item is that you're wanting. You'll have to do this one at a time, but you also need to copy the armature over. Now you'll need to parent the armature over to it. Then you will find your wherever file you like to keep it, and you'll create a prefab. Right? Now you'll need to do this for each of your items. Now the easiest way I find to do this is just go ahead and unpack this one after saving it. We'll unpack this one because you need to reuse the armature. Every time that you save it or create a new prefab, you must have the armature on the prefab. Right? And it must be the same armature for each one, or else maybe you'll have errors. Now it says in the script that it will replace the bones, but I found that sometimes there are problems with that. So the easiest way to do it is to just use the exact same armature as the base model, and this will prevent any problems when it replaces the bones. Right. Now the next thing you'll need to do is you will need to go to your resources folder in UMMO. You'll right click, create, and go down here to UMMO item and equipment. Now once you can name it whatever you want, and then you'll go down here to the model prefab section down here at the bottom. Right, and you will go back to your prefabs, wherever you made them. Where did I put it? Then you will drag the prefab into this. Now the scriptable item is what will be used in your inventory and equipment to instantiate the equipment onto your prefab. But likewise, when we are making the model itself, you will take the base mesh. Now let's go ahead and unpack this one. Unpack and add the armature to your base mesh. Now we can delete all of these. Now as we see here, we'll have our base human. And this is actually what you will use for your player prefab. So for instance, if I make a new player prefab, I would open up this one and go to my 3D model. All right, let's go ahead and unpack this one. right? And we'll delete the armature and the base mesh, right? So we will take the new armature and base mesh that we have here, and we will drag it into the 3D model here. Go ahead and drag it up to the top, just because. All right, we will give it a transform of 0, 0, 0, oh, 90, whatever. To 0, 0. Then we will detach the armature from the base mesh, leaving the base mesh and armature separate. And of course, you'll need to go to the hips and add the capsule collider that you'll need. That will be a trigger. And of course, you size that however you like. And you will need to also set your weapon and your weapon and shield mounts to the arms. All right, so if you click here on the shield mount, you can copy this over, duplicate it, and then add it to your new character prefab in the same spot. Right, so here we have you navigate to the left hand and put the shield mount where you want it, etc. All right, but that's it. Have a good day.